Hi, and welcome to Sunday with Mike. On today's show, I'll cover some trending topics, ways to improve your business, an outside source to help you with your business, and finally, some tips and tricks. But before I run away and get a cup of coffee, I wanted to say thank you to John Young and the Disc Jockey News for helping me to create this show and for everything that he does for me and you and all the other DJs out there. I also wanted to thank my wife, who is behind the scenes running the camera and all the graphics that you see. I'll be right back after I grab this cup of coffee.
Top Hits USA from RPM. Our name says it all. Get the latest hits while they're the hottest. With Top Hits USA, you'll have the track for sure. Visit tophitsusa.com or call 800-521-2537 and get a free demo.
Hi, welcome back. I'm a working DJ just like you, and I take time out of my week to scroll around the groups and find out what the hot topics are and you guys are talking about. This week, there is a lot of discussion about not getting paid on time at events. We'll cover how to start getting paid on time, what's your current policy, and how can we make it better. I'm noticing a lot of people posting on different DJ groups, asking for advice, what they should do to collect the money that they are owed. Something has gone terribly wrong, and now they find themselves in a jam. Setting up expectations early in your discussions is a first step. Most DJs are afraid to talk about money with their clients. Any service that you hire is going to discuss it with you, so why would you be reluctant to discuss it with them? You have to talk about this sooner or later, and trust me, sooner is much better than later. Later always turns ugly, and once that happens, there's never really a smooth road back to happy land with your client. So it's obvious to me that we need to nail this one down early in the process. A verbal agreement is legal in most states, but if you get into a he said, she said, you're not going to have an easy win on your hands should you end up in court. In the next segment, I'll discuss the importance of a contract or a written agreement. For now, what we need is a reasonable policy as a business to get paid. What if you were a customer for your own business? What would you think would be a fair policy? I used to think getting paid before the end of the event was a good policy. That was right up until I got burned and they didn't have the money to pay me, and it took weeks and it got really ugly. So then I thought, well, 2 weeks in advance would be a better fix. Well, it used to take 12 to 14 days for a check to clear in the old days, so this way you know you're getting paid before the event, everything's going to be fine, or so I thought. Nope. They were always late getting the payment to you. You had to hope that the check didn't bounce before the event. But once in a while, it did. Now I have to fight with the client to get what I should have already had weeks before, and I'm not in a very good place to argue with them because the services have already been rendered. Of course, they always have tons of excuses. So what is the right answer? I can't really tell you. I would suggest that you have a lawyer and ask these questions to them. Every state and business is different. In Louisiana, we have a completely different law than everybody else in the United States. So what someone says in their state may or may not hold up in your state. So treat your clients like you want to be treated, and more often than not, you'll always be on the winning side of the equation. Having said that, a contract or a written agreement is a much better approach, and we'll cover those in the next segment. So what's your payment policy? Share it in the comments section down below, and I'll be right back.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
So today I'll discuss some things that you might want to include in your contract or written agreement. I'm going to use the word contract from this point forward just to keep things simple. The longer you are in business, the more detailed your contract will become. Why? As you discover more issues, your contract is the natural place to find a solution and include it going forward so that that problem doesn't come up again. Generally speaking, most of your contract items should contain common sense things. What time are you expected to arrive? When should you start playing? When do you stop playing? What happens if they want you to keep playing? Other things to consider is how much is your deposit or retainer fee? When is the remaining balance owed to you? What happens if they're late? Do you have any parking issues that need to be dealt with? If you were to DJ in a downtown area and you had to park at a garage or another parking facility, do they pay the fee or do you absorb it? In the event that you're having to travel a great distance a long ways away from your normal service area, you might need a hotel room. Who pays for that? Are there additional charges for a secure overnight parking lot? What about travel and mileage fees? Did you know that for the 2016 tax year, you can only deduct 54 cents per mile from your taxes? This doesn't mean that that's all you can charge for your travel and mileage, but that's what the IRS allows you to deduct. What happens if a client cancels their event? How does that affect you and the contract? Do your best to create a balanced contract for both you and your clients. When you can afford it, I highly recommend that you spend the money and have an attorney review your contract so that they can make whatever adjustments are needed so that should you find yourself in court, you'll come out on top. Just because you wrote something and a client signed it does not mean you'll win in court. Share your thoughts about this in the comments section below, and I'll be right back. I hate to keep explaining what outside sources is every time we do this segment, but until everybody sort of kind of gets used to the show, I feel like I need to because it's just a different concept altogether. So what I mean by outside sources is that I look for ways to help me with my business and then share those with you in places that you wouldn't normally expect it to help your business. And today's inspiration is really out there. I have not lost it. It's called dry cleaning. So what is it about dry cleaning that's going to help you with your business? I know you're thinking I've lost my mind. So here's how this works. Dry cleaning is a part of many DJs' lives and activities and events, and taking the time to bring your attire to the dry cleaners and then remembering to pick it up before you need it again can sometimes be a problem. I found a local fix for this and I wanted to share it with you. I have a local dry cleaning company that offers to pick up and deliver at a very reasonable rate. This is exactly the kind of difference that we want in our own businesses. Just a little something extra like pick up and drop off makes me their customer. This also means that I have more free time to work on my business, help my clients, and do other things around the office because I don't have to worry about running to and from the dry cleaners. It's all taken care of for me. All I have to do is put it out on Tuesday and it magically appears on Thursday. I never have to worry about forgetting my suits, ties, shirts, etc. at the dry cleaners. So I want you to call around and find out if any of your local dry cleaning companies offer this service in your area. If not, maybe they would consider trying it. After all, they do want a competitive edge, don't they? Of course. The time and convenience that you're going to gain are well worth the small extra fee that you will spend on this service. It's worth every penny. Do you have any outside sources that helped your business? If so, share them with me in the comments section below and we'll tackle those in a future segment. I'll be right back after the break with some tips and tricks. In this segment, I want to talk about tips and tricks this week, and my tip is going to be a cable tester. Why do you need one? How can it help you? And is one unit better than another? A cable tester should be an important tool in your toolbox. Even if you have one, I'm going to show you a few tricks that you probably didn't know about. Many companies make cable testers. Some are better than others because they do more extensive testing. A really good one will run you anywhere between $50 and $100, but will last you a lifetime if you take good care of it. In a DJ's world, we run into many devices, and we need all sort of adapters and cables all the time. A really good tester with many different connector options will be most helpful. Many of these run on a single 9-volt battery inside the unit, and so they can be used anywhere. If you're in a bind at an event and you need to troubleshoot your cables, there is no faster method than with a cable tester. The other thing I love about them is that you can plug the wires in and you can see the glowing LEDs. Here, I actually have a demo for you. But then not only that, you can shake these cables, and if you notice, that LED never cuts out, so I know these cables are not intermittent. They're not going to be touchy in any way, shape, or form. You just can't do that with a voltmeter when you're holding the leads and everything else. My other favorite thing to use a cable tester for is when I'm repairing or making new cables. Not only can you test your new cable to know that they're made up correctly, but you can also use the plug on the side of it as an XLR holder so that you can solder up your new cables and it plays as a third hand for you. This greatly simplifies the process and is something everyone should have in their toolbox. I'm going to recommend that you call Ben Stowe over at NLFX Pro. We're going to put that link down below. They have a really cool unit similar to the one that I showed you, the yellow one, and it's worth every penny. You need to order one of those today and you'll thank both of us later. So what's your favorite tool in your toolbox? Post down in the comments section below. I'll be right back after this short break. So that's my show for today. I hope you've learned some new things and you'll share the show's links with your friends so that it can help them too. Be sure to share your thoughts on the show in the comments section below, and don't forget to give me that thumbs up. If you have any suggestions for a future show, please get in touch with me by Facebook, Twitter, or email. We'll post those links down below. So until next Sunday, my name is Mike Schnauter. Be safe, and thanks for watching.